Welcome to Easy to Learn. In this session, I'm going to show you how to create an assessment or quiz, multiple choice questions, or fill in the blanks, or it may be either true or false through the faculty login. First, we need to do enter into the Easy to Learn dashboard, and here by selecting www.easytolearn.co, and you can identify the screen, then come to the bottom of the screen whether you are going to enter into the college admin or as a faculty. Now I'm going to select here the faculty admin. Now you need to enter the faculty username which we have provided to the respective college. In this case here I'm entering into the MRIT faculty, that is civil@gmail.com, and the password is we have provided to the respective faculty. Yes, after successful login to that, you can enter into the faculty dashboard where you can find out you have logged in as a faculty to a civil. That means a civil branch, the second year, section A, where you can find out the number of users, the list of users under this second year A section, strength of material course 78, AutoCAD 78, like that. And you can also observe the list of the students under this section A. Total number of students 78. After that, you can find here some of the options. The student, under the student you can find out the view under create. Under the assessments you can have the two options which are create and view. Under the quiz you can find two options which are create and view. If you want to conduct the code test, we can go up to here which is having create and view. If you want the reports, you can have two options, that is assessment reports and code test report. Now let us see how to create an assessment. First, if you want to create an assessment, that might be either multiple choice questions or true or false or fill in the blanks, what you need to do is, first you need to create the assessment. Within that assessment you need to create the quiz. That is the procedure. I am repeating, if you want to create an assessment, we need to create the assessment. I am going to show you the assessment which we already created. This is strength of material test 1, which is having only name of the assessment, status, number of questions, number of minutes, and so on. Under this particular assessment, if you want to put some questions, then you need to go to the quiz. You need to create the quiz. Now let us see how to create a new assessment. Now under the assessment I have selected create and the select create, and you can observe here there are the few options. Number 1, assessment name. Here you need to specify the assessment name, that is the test which you want to create. Say for example, in this case I am going to mention SOM test 2. This is my assessment name, and for the assessment the respective course image, if you provide, it will be user friendly. So you just select the image. That image should be, you can place it anywhere in your system. Now I am in the desktop, and here I am going to select one image. That name is SOM, which I already kept. This is the image. I have selected the image here, and now here the next option is assessment status. If the assessment status is true, that means this test is visible to all the students. If this assessment test is false, the test is there but right now it is not visible to the students. When we can use this? Generally, being a faculty, I will create a number of tests, but while conducting the test, by default I will make it false, but during the time of conducting the test I will make it true. Then that particular test will be visible to the particular students, like this. So here now I am putting the true, so that it is going to be visible to all the students under this particular faculty to a civil. Now I am going to create the number of questions. Now in this scenario I need the 10 questions, and each question carries some I am going to specify the 10 minutes. This is, and then this particular assessment whether you want to, by default you have login into 2A Civil, so all the students can see this particular assessment under the 2A Civil. Now, in case if you want to go for this assessment, should be visible to all the sections of second year like 2B, 2C, 2D and so on. So here we have multiple options. Whatever the option you have selected, it is going to be selected for all the sections. So since it is a multiple selections, now I don't want all, so I want only all second years. So what I can do, second year civil. So if I mention second civil, it is going to be visible to all the sections of second year civil. See, you can find the difference here. 2A civil, 2 civil means this is section A civil and this is entire the second year civil. So it is going to be visible for all the second year civil students. Yes, and now I'm going to submit this. Yes, once you get the message successfully, now our assessment is created. If you want to see, if you do something mistake here, if you want to change the number of questions, if you want to change the time, if you want to change this, you can go to the view and you can have a look here. SOM test 2 is created, assessment status true and so on. If you want to make it false of this particular status, what you can do, you can select this option, that is edit. You can select here so that the screen is going to be visible, and by default you cannot change the name of the assessment since the assessment name is fixed, and you can change the status. Why? Because you want to invisible to the particular assessment to the students, then you can make it as a false. In this case I'm going to make it true. If you want to change the number of questions and time and the visibility of this particular either college level or department level or section level, and you can specify the faculty ID over here. Then finally you can select the update. In this scenario I don't want to change anything. Now the assessment is created. Now the next step is, after creating the assessment I need to put some questions under the assessment, right? So what I can do, I need to enter into the quiz. I want to create the quiz. Yes, fine. So under which assessment I need to create the quiz? Here the list of the assessments which you already created, that list is going to be displayed over here, and you need to select the test, whatever the quiz you need to specify for the particular assessment, you need to select. Now in this case my assessment name is SOM test 2. Now see here, by default the question type is multiple choice questions. That's the reason it is going to be showing some of the options like question, option A, option B, option C, option D and correct option. If you want to go for true or false, then select the question type is true or false, then the format is going to be changed. For true or the false, you need to have only one question, that's it. Then the correct option is either true or false, the format will change. If the same thing, similarly, if you want to go for the question type as a fill in the blanks, then you need to mention the question and then correct answer, then submit it. This is for bulk insertion. This we'll see the later. For the time being, I am going to show you how to create the quiz one by one, individually. Say for example, now I am going to provide the quiz as a multiple choice questions. Now my question type is, before that make sure you should have the question and the options and then correct answer, right? So here this is my question under the course strength of material. I am giving the dimension of this Chinese. This is my question. Now I am copying this and I am pasting here. I'm using keyboard Control V, and then the options I'm going to write I'm going to mention the options by using keyboard Control V. You don't need to mention A, B, C, D. That will come automatically. You need to mention the only values. And I'm just copying and then I'm pasting here. And option C is, I'm going to select N. Since it is a single line, I can simply type this in. And then the fourth option is dimensionless. and I'm just copying here, and I'm just pasting by using the keyboard control V, and the correct option is D. So I'm going to mention here the D option. That's it. Then you need to press the submit. Now one question is completed. Now if you want to change anything, then what you can do, you can go for the quiz view, and the assessment name you can see here. This is the SOM, this is the last one. So you can find out our assessment quiz is SOM test 2. If you want to do something changes, and then you can edit here, and that you can change the question, you can change the options, you can change the correct option, anyone you can change. Yes. Now under this test we have one question. If you want to go for again the second one, what you need to do, you can continue with the same thing for other questions. Create the quiz, and then I need to select the SOM2, and then multiple choice questions. Then second question is what is tensile strain, and then I'm doing something copy paste. Then what are the options? You don't need to mention here the A, B options. You need to provide only the values. The control C, and then control V, and then I'm copying this control C, then control V. Make sure the cursor is here, otherwise it is going to be displayed with something spaces here, blank space will be appeared. Then control C. Make sure your cursor should be end of this, so that we can avoid unnecessary spaces. The correct option is A. Then submit. Yes, now we can see the success here. That means the data is inserted successfully. Now let's see how can we, once after inserting all the data, you can view here, and preferably you can log into the as a student, and please check whether the assessment is visible or not. Say for example, better always you can also, the student status should be paid, and I'm copying one of the student, and I'm logging to that easy2learn.co. Now I'm logging to the as a student. The password is which we already provided to the particular students. You can specify the password over here. Yes, I have entered as a student of a civil engineering student, and I have seen some of the courses which are available here as a second year student. Now you can see here the tests. Under these college assessments, we need to select the college assessments. Yes, see here it is appeared the question which we have entered here, the assessment, and this is the image we have provided, 10 questions 10 minutes, and the student will start the quiz. Then you can find out whether the, once after giving the questions, please verify whether it is visible properly or not, to avoid confuse with the students. So this is the question name and options, and then question and options, since we have given only 2 questions. Similarly, you can continue with other questions. Thank you for watching this video.
Thanks for watching this video.